Well, hello, my friends, and welcome back to the channel. Anyway, it is that time of the week for your Clear Lake, California fishing report. So, what do you do when you're struggling and you have no freaking clue because the fish outsmart you every single day, no matter how smart you think you are, and you might think you have all the answers? Well, the best way to get those questions answered is to head to one of your local tackle shops and get the actual skinny on what's happening on the lake. And here on Clear Lake, we just happen to be fortunate enough to have three of the best tackle shops, in my opinion, in the nation. We got Bass Hounds, we got Clear Lake Outdoors up in Lakeport, and we've got Clear Lake. Oh my God, I'm gonna get it wrong. It was Jimmy's Place, just sold to Hayden Evans. So we've got three strategically placed great tackle shops. So you guys remember, when you get to up here to Clear Lake, shop local, baby. So let's go in here and say hello to Brian and get the skinny on what's going down on the Clear Lake fishing right now. Now, I have had a little bit of success. It hasn't been all bad news, but man, it's not like it was before I went on vacation. So let's just get in here and say hello and see what's up. Gotta love that open sign. Hello, Brian. Are you hiding in here? Dylan, what's up, man?
Hey.
Looks like you've been remodeling, man.
I've been busy.
Holy smokes, you never just like relax, do you? You're that guy.
That's a good thing, this mess.
Wow, this looks great.
Thanks, Ben. I finally got, I think I got a handle on some more of the storage. I'm taking a book out of Japan and going up with product.
Nice.
I have no more out.
Oh, this looks awesome, man. I love this setup. Got them right in your face, so.
Yeah, it looks good, but if I have the fan on.
Dude, I've been struggling. What's going on with these fish? I've been going out and I literally have 15 rods on my deck. I saw you last night with one, so you know something I don't know.
Yeah, I was just too lazy to tie on other things. No, I'm still starting out jig fishing.
Okay, you're on that jig bite?
Yeah, doing just a bunch of jigging, close to tulies, into trees, into crap that, if you're not risking losing it, you're not in the right place, kind of thing.
Oh, dude, I'm famous for losing my jigs. Good thing I know a guy that sells them.
Yeah, right? Yeah, me too.
So you willing to give up a color and a trailer, or what's the secret on that jig, or does it even matter?
I'm actually using a black blue right now, so June bugs type of colors later at dusk. But it also depends on the water stain, if it's getting lost in the water stain. My personal favorite is the candy type of colors that have the purples and the glitter that are in them with a green pumpkin base. Those for me just kill it.
Oh, that jig bite always surprises me. It seems like sometimes color doesn't make any difference at all, and then there's times where it's all about the color, because sometimes I can't get bit on nothing but a bluegill color. And then here, before I left for vacation and freaking got out of sync with these suckers, red was my color. So it just
it's funny because I ran up, and the only color that I could get hit on, as far as craw is concerned, is the bright red.
Bright red.
Not sure why the bright red and not that kind of orangish, brown type of color that they were hitting on down in this area. But yeah, it was kind of almost a fluorescent red that I.
Yeah, my flip bite, speaking of that, was on the rotten tomato on that missile bait. So all that ties in really good. So are you getting a lot of feedback from from the other anglers that are coming in? I know personally the shaky head's been real good for me, but I'm actually struggling on the drop shot, and my probably most consistent bite has been the crankbait for me. But I haven't done a whole lot of other things. I feel like the chatterbait and the spinnerbait should be really coming online, and maybe some of your square bills, because there's a few places when I'll make my cast, when that bait hits, it's just an explosion of bait fish. So that just screams to me, the mini A-rig, your spinner baits, and just some of those things. So, I mean, have you heard any of that, or is everybody being a little tight-lipped? Because the lake's fishing a little tougher than it was. It was on fire.
And with the tournaments, kind of, but not winding down necessarily, but the big ones, people are pretty tight-lipped. Plus, the shop has been closed. I've been out there. There's bait everywhere. And I don't know as though I've had another time where I'm rooting for the grebes to get full so so much. But it's like, come on, eat, guys, eat. Where's the pelicans when you need them?
Right.
There's just clouds of bait, spinnerbait, chatterbait, noisy baits like that. The LV is going to be coming up pretty soon. So I've got a big stock on the LVs. Because those right about this time of year is when people really start throwing them.
Let me show them your end cap just while you're speaking to that.
Yeah, if you can find some weeds out there that are still alive, they're just booming with life.
Yeah, there has been some spraying going on. There's been reports of that.
Yeah.
I haven't personally seen them down in our area, but me and you, when we were fishing last night, we were pointing out the fact that there's zero grass coming into the Oaks, and normally every year by this time, I know it's a high water year, but normally we'll have some grass there where we could throw our flashy swimmers with our Kitex on them and flip all that. None of that's in existence right now, and I'm not.
That whole area
getting that.
Because there's no structure. There's nothing for the bass to relate to right there. So it's those poles. There's a couple of little rock piles.
Right, our rock piles. They consistently hold them, but it is a timing thing, huh? They definitely
absolutely
seem to be moving up and down. But
that's commuter fish. I've never had much luck with
right.
commuters.
You mentioned the topwater, and I tried the frog last night. I fished the last half hour of the day, didn't get a single blow up on the frog. It's what's going on. It's crazy.
And I've had people coming in that have said that they've just had an astonishing day.
Wow,
frogs. Yeah.
Man, I am
so
missing
it's just
that
what
one.
Part of the lake are you on? What time are you throwing it? But the one thing about especially with the Keys this year is I haven't heard frogs, but maybe 1 week.
Right.
The entire year, and you heard them, and then it was exciting. Oh my God, here it's starting.
Yay, it's here finally.
And they're gone, and they have not been back. So I don't know what's going on with the frogs. There's catfish that are back there that are roaming.
Yeah.
And I know there's bass as well, the bluegill, that type of thing. So you can catch fish back there. It's just not as abundant as it has been in the past. And I think.
What's your report on crappie? Are they hitting the crappie, or is that just kind of a nothing? I haven't caught a crappie by accident in a while.
I've seen them in locations. They're still stacking up. They're stacking up underdogs, and a lot of them. But I also see them going back deep again. Maybe big, trenches over by Monitor, that type of area,
right?
Where they just kind of hunker down there, and that's really tough to catch, especially if you're throwing a 1/16 ounce jig head to go down 40 feet. That takes a while. That's like, okay, have lunch, have another lunch.
It's definitely
a lot of the crappie bite that I've heard of.
Yeah, it's definitely a timing thing for us. So anyway, conditions-wise, I've been finding, before this last heat wave came in 2 days ago, I was finding 79 degrees at the end of the day. Yesterday, I think I was up to 81 when we were fishing together, if I'm remembering correctly. So
80.6.
And we're going to hit 102 today. So this weekend, the water, I think, will be in the 80s. And I think the Rumsey level I just checked, and we were at 436. But the water clarity, I think the best I've probably seen is only a foot. What have you found for water clarity?
Yeah, it's pretty much that way every place that I've been.
Right on.
So about a foot, maybe 2 feet.
So if somebody called me and asked for some advice, I think the number one thing I would tell them to just go fish the deeper docks with a jig, a drop shot, and a shaky head, and they'll probably have their best results. Or if they want to go find some grass early or late, like up in the big pond, fish your topwater, and you could have a chance in your flip bite. But number one, I think they'd probably have their best luck fishing deeper docks with a shaky head and something like that. Do you agree?
I agree. I would say dock skipping a wacky.
The wacky. Well. See, that's why it's always good to talk to somebody else, because we just get stuck in our own little ruts and we forget about all this awesome other stuff we have. But anyway, speaking of that, I'm going to come down here tomorrow to Bass Hounds, and I'm going to be here at 7 o'clock on Friday morning, and I'll be here at 7 o'clock on Saturday morning to answer any of y'all's questions and just do a little meet and greet. And you guys can come down here and help yourself to all these wonderful products that Brian has to offer. I mean, if they bite it on Clear Lake, you can find it here at Bass Hounds. So you guys come up, say hello, and remember, when you get here, treat people the way you want to be treated, respect that resource, and peace out, baby.